Hello, Trojan fans, and thanks for joining us for an update with Director of Athletics, Brent Jones. And Brent, to begin things, recently the Sunbelt Conference ADs were together for our spring meetings. Talk a little bit further about what was discussed and what were some things on the horizon for the Sunbelt Conference.
Well, Kyle, thanks for having me on. It's a great time. And we just got back from 4-day meetings, and it's great. The camaraderie among the league, I think you've seen it. ESPN has talked about the Sunbelt Conference One realignment. And so appreciative of the leadership of Chancellor Hawkins, and what he means for Troy University athletics, and then also Commissioner Keith Gill and what he's really provided. But adding the schools the first year that we've seen with JMU, ODU, Marshall, and Southern Miss, it's been a huge hit. And then collectively, I think you've seen the power of the Sunbelt Conference and the strength of our sports from football, having a team ranked, obviously Troy football being ranked top 20 in the nation as we finished 19th in the CFP poll. And then to be able to have, the AP and USA Today poll being ranked in the top 25 in the CFP, to see our men's basketball really just come on board with having two teams in the top 75, to see baseball having 10 teams now in the top 100, 4 teams in the top 50, 3 teams with Troy being inside that, 3 teams in the top 35, and then softball as well, having 8 teams in the top 100 in RPI. Collectively as a group, go back to volleyball, could have had 2 teams in. The Sunbelt Conference collectively is having a great year. And what that is from the leadership of the CEOs and obviously Chancellor Hawkins and what the visionary leadership that he provides us on campus here, but also around the board. You see a lot of athletic departments investing in their programs. And because of that, it really makes the Sunbelt Conference that much stronger. So the message was, how can we continue to grow our revenues and continue to grow our competitiveness across the board? We looked at scheduling. We looked at different initiatives coming down, the CFP expansion as well. So it's an exciting time to be a Sunbelt Conference member.
Talking about some of the spring sports now, and softball just finished up their season, first year under head coach Eric Newell, and by all accounts, a wildly successful season. Actually beat a super regional team in Louisiana Lafayette earlier this season as well too. Talk a little bit about the softball success this year and what's to come under Coach Eric Newell in the future.
Second most successful first season in the history of our illustrious program under Coach Newell. 33 wins, and to be able to do what he did, finishing obviously 4th in the conference, that close to finishing, third and having a chance to be there. So appreciative of what he's really been able to do. We're going to miss Leanna Johnson. Goodness gracious, what a great student athlete in the community. Obviously on the diamond, on the mound. Into the circle, I should say. But, she's a leader, and we're very fortunate, I believe, that she's going to come back and be part of our program. So we're very excited about that as well. And so, but what Coach Newell has been able to do this year and really in the transition, it's been great to see. You talk about winning every conference series except 2 this year is incredible. And so we're going to continue to build on that foundation, that momentum that he has. He's a national champion coach. And our vision for this program is for us to compete for conference championships. And we were there all the way through until the conference tournament this year.
Another team that was competing for championships this year was the men's golf program, and they just had a chance to compete in a national tournament, getting a chance to advance to the postseason. Brantley Scott also qualified as an individual for the Auburn Regional. Talk a little bit about the success of the men's golf program under Coach Forrest Schultz.
I think it begins and ends with Coach Schultz and what he's been able to do in his second year, and really being able to flip the culture, being able to flip the competitiveness. And obviously, he'll be the first one to tell you it takes great players to be able to have Brantley Scott, as well as the host of our 4 and 5 Trojans that would be able to score with us, means a lot. But how great was it to be able to have 2 different, having a team in postseason, us going to Arizona, being able to compete in the inaugural event out there that was put on, and then to be able to have Brantley Scott compete for a national championship. That's what we want. That's the expectation. We have an illustrious career here, or illustrious tradition with our men's golf program, winning multiple national championships as well as multiple Sunbelt Conference championships. And so we're getting back to being where we want to be, which is the most dominant men's golf program in the Sunbelt Conference.
We recently wrapped up Trojan Tour and gives us a chance to get out on the road, see our fans in person. Coaches got a chance to be a part of that. We went to Huntsville, Birmingham, Started here in Troy, got to the Florida Panhandle. A lot of great stops along the way there for it. Talk a little bit about the importance of Trojan Tour and what it means to get out and see our fans in person as part of those events.
It's the one time that we always ask our fans to come to our events. And while this was still our event, we get to go to them. And whether that's Pensacola, Fort Walton, Birmingham, Huntsville, whether that's Enterprise, Troy, Montgomery, or Dothan, and everywhere in between, it's a great time for us to be able to go out there. Coach Summerall was at every single event. Coach Cross as well. It was a great time had by all, and it was record crowds. I mean, my gosh, Phoenix City as well. Don't want to leave them out. To be able to go around and be able to talk about Troy University athletics, Troy University, to talk about Trojan Nation and what this is, to talk about name, image, and likeness, to be able to talk about, the Trojan Warrior Club, to talk about season tickets, and then to really talk about how competitive we are this year. This is the most competitive season we've had collectively in the history of Troy University Athletics as Division I school. We've only had every one of our programs finished above 500 outside of one, and that's women's soccer. And if you talk to Coach Stuart Gore, you realize quickly that that's going to change. He has some very, very lofty goals for our great program. And so it's great to be able to interact. It's great to be able to engage with our fans in a very comfortable setting, really on their home turf.
One of the recent items that came out for student athletes here at Troy as part of our NIL programs is through our partnership with the Brandar Group, we have replica jerseys now for football, softball, baseball. More sports continue to be added to that mix here very soon as well, too. Those are in sizes of youth sizes to adult sizes. Let's talk a little bit about how important it is for those opportunities for our student athletes, and also how great that is for our fans to be able to connect and support their favorite student athletes as well, too.
This goes to the heart of what name, image, and likeness is about. For our student athletes to be able to have a royalty, to be able to wear the Carlton Marshalls, the Leanna Johnsons, the Shane Lewis jerseys, whatever that may be. This is great. It's a great opportunity from a branding standpoint. It's a great opportunity to really help our student athletes and really help our fan base. And so I'm so appreciative of the work that our name, image, and likeness unit has put on. Obviously, we have a certificate program, I should say, as well as a training. We partner with the Brandar Group. We partner with Adidas. We've also partnered with the marketplace with Open Doors. And so we have a lot of different ways to be able to engage with our student athletes. And we really encourage that for everyone to be able to do, to help our student athletes, to be able to retain our great student athletes. And so I'm excited about the initiatives that we have and really being able to further those down the line as they come available.
Going back just a little bit here, not all that long ago, we had T-Day and the Hall of Fame take place for the induction ceremony for the Hall of Fame, that is, here on campus. T-Day being the culmination of the football spring season and a lot of success that took place as the team has some new faces with the football program. Let's talk a little bit about that weekend, though, what it meant to have all those fans coming back to support the football program, but also to see our most recent class of Hall of Famers be inducted into the Troy University Sports Hall of Fame.
Wow, our Troy Sports Hall of Fame, it takes a backseat to no one. It is a special, special day to be able to couple that with an amazing day that we had on campus here. And Kyle, help me if I forget anything, but I think we had 5, 6, 7 different events going on, from Lunch with Legends to our yard sale to T-Day, which had a record crowd there, to be able to have the little kids camp as well prior to it. It's just simply incredible when you think about all the different events that we had going on that day. The NPHC Plaza was dedicated as well. And so, to really have that and to be able to culminate with having, our 2023 Hall of Fame inductees. It was a special night inside Trojan Arena, black tie affair. If you haven't had a chance, fans, to be at one of our Hall of Fame banquets, I would encourage you next year to be there. It's a very, very fun, engaging, but incredible night too.
We also recently launched talking about the football season that's coming up here for us very soon. Season tickets are going along very well right now at a great pace. And our Community Hero Ticket program is a huge part of the success of our football season and a way for us to bring deserving groups to the games there, whether it be members of the military, first responders, local educators, underserved children's programs. And now it's actually presented by Alpha Insurance. Let's talk a little bit further about that Community Hero Ticket program, how important it is for our fans to be a part of, and how they can get involved by buying $60 season tickets that we donated to groups such as these throughout the season.
I'm a season ticket holder for Troy football, as well as I'm a community hero season ticket holder. I think that it makes a huge impact. I've seen it firsthand, Kyle. I know you have as well. We're asking our fans to step up time and time again. Last year we had Pack the Vet, 12,000 total season tickets. We want to be able to go a rise above that this year, and we're going to. Community hero, it means so much, whether that is underrepresented, underserved groups in the Wiregrass, the river region, whatever that may be, to be able to have that for our first responders, fire, police, rescue, as well as our great military. It really adds an opportunity for us to be able to be, sometimes it's the first touch point that they've ever had with Troy University and Troy University football, being able to come to a game. Our game day experience has been ranked, the best in the Sunbelt Conference, top 5, top 10 in the group of 5. That's not us saying it. That's being rated by opposing fans as well as on surveys throughout. And so, we feel like if they can come to Troy, that we can really make them be a lifelong fan. And this is what starts. And so it's very easy to be able to purchase these tickets. I encourage everyone to be able to do so, because when you play inside Veterans Memorial Stadium and we have a packed crowd, our students bring it, our season ticket holders, obviously our single game. And then when we're able to add fans that are maybe not traditional fans, they're not our season ticket holders or traditional single game buyers, we're able to introduce them into the great football that we play in the Sunbelt Conference, as well as what we've been able to do championship level with Coach Summerall. It just, it really makes a difference. And so I'm so pleased that this initiative, that our fans have taken this up, and now we want to continue to really move that needle forward.
A long-standing partnership that Troy University Athletics has proudly been a part of is with Adidas in terms of the apparel. Excuse me, let me rephrase that question again there. All right. Troy University Athletics has had a great partnership with Adidas, and will actually be extending that partnership even further here in the coming weeks here. Let's talk a little bit further about that opportunity to extend the partnership with Adidas.
I will tell you this, Adidas has been a great partner. We're the second longest consecutive Division I FBS partner of theirs. And so this was a very important, and this is a very important strategic contract partnership and alignment that we have with Adidas. Very thankful for their leadership, that they saw immense amount of value in our brand from the university, Troy University, as well as Troy University Athletics, to be able to sign a 5-year deal. It's important to move forward with the ever-changing landscape and with the ultra-competitive Sunbelt Conference. I'm very thankful that this contract, which is really going to propel our department forward, as well as our programs. And so we always want to be able to offer our student athletes, as well as our coaches, the best that we have to offer. And we feel like Three Stripe Life, that is what Adidas goes by, offers us that. And so this is a significant enhancement to our athletic program. And I'm very fortunate that the leadership of Adidas has stepped up once again to partner with Troy University.
Troy baseball's had a great season thus far, 38 wins in the season, which is the most in the Sunbelt Conference, top 35 RPI nationally ranking there. Shane Lewis has been on a different level as a player all season long. He's the Sunbelt Conference Player of the Year, second in the nation in home runs, ninth in the nation in RBIs. The list goes on and on. Most strikeouts for a team in Troy baseball history in terms of the pitching staff. Team has had a successful season here. It's not finished quite yet. So let's talk a little bit further about, one, the season itself, and two, what's to come with the Sunbelt Conference tournament beginning this week in Montgomery.
For us to be able to finish third, top 35 in RPI in the nation, simply incredible that you went through this. Coach Skylar Mead, as well as all of the staff and coaching staff, have done an amazing job, as well as our student athletes in year 2. Tip of the hat to all of them. Just like we talked about with Eric Knoll, just as we talked about with Forrest Schultz, our coaches continue to make a difference and really propel our programs forward. And so very excited about the future of it, and really excited about the Sunbelt Conference to be able to have 10 teams, every single team that is going to Montgomery for the Sunbelt Conference Championship tournament, baseball tournament, is ranked in the top 100 in RPI. That's simply incredible to see where that is. And so 2 teams are ranked in the top 25. We're right outside of that right now. And so appreciative of our fans. This year has been the best revenue year that we've ever had in Troy baseball history in regards of season tickets, as well as single game, second highest in program history in attendance. And so this past weekend, it was rocking. And so hopefully we'll have tons of fans up in Montgomery. And then as hopefully the postseason extends from there.
And all the information can be found online at TroyTrojans.com. Also, for tickets for the Sunbelt Conference baseball tournament, you can visit TroyTrojans.com/SBC baseball for Sunbelt Conference baseball. Tickets can also be purchased through Montgomery Biscuits box office throughout the week as well, too. And finally, one of the final items here for us is the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The first ever Sunbelt Conference inductee will be DeMarcus Wares. He will enter the Pro Football Hall of Fame later this summer. Let's talk about the significance of that accomplishment for DeMarcus and what that means for Troy University and Troy University athletics.
To be able to have DeMarcus go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame is simply incredible. Knowing the man that he is, knowing the father, the husband, the worker that he is, to know that he came from humble roots from the state of Alabama, to come to Troy State at the time, to be able to leave as one of the greatest players in the history of Troy football, to then be a Super Bowl champion and now a Hall of Famer. He's crossed the line, of being just a sports figure because of, he gives back to the community. I think you saw that with the devastation a few years ago with the tornadoes and him stepping up and wanting to pay for the funerals of those. I mean, what an incredible person. The partnership that we have with him and his fitness company, as well as his fitness app. We'll be there. It's going to be an amazing time. And I think it's going to bring, in speaking with our fans, knowing DeMarcus the way that everybody does, his smile just lights up the room. And so I think when he puts on that gold jacket and everyone's able to see his bust in Canton, I think everybody in Trojan Nation is going to be able to take pride knowing that DeMarcus Ware is one of the best ambassadors for Troy football, Troy University.
It certainly has been a very busy spring season here for us. It's not finished yet as baseball makes their run in the postseason here. Fans, stay tuned for all the latest events coming up on TroyTrojans.com. Brent, thanks for the time. And also, too, don't forget to buy those tickets online at TroyTrojans.com/tickets for the upcoming football season.